It's 2014, E3's in full swing and big games are getting announced. Like Bloodborne, The Evil Within, Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd, and... What's that? Xbox exclusive? Platinum Games? The same guys who made Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Bayonetta, and Vanquish? Wait, was that a f***ing dragon? It's your boy Nox, and today we're talking about Scalebound, the coolest dragon game we'll probably never get to play. First, let's talk about what is, or rather was, Scalebound.
Scalebound was an action role-playing game in development by Platinum Games, directed by Hideki Kamiya, who is better known for his work on Resident Evil 2.
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
And Devil May Cry.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Which, fun fact, was supposed to be Resident Evil 4 at the time.
No thanks, bro.
R.I.P. Tony Redgrave, you will be missed. You play as Drew, a white-haired, cocky, and wisecracking young man who has a taste for sick electronic beats, and also has a scaly dragon right arm. He looks a bit familiar, doesn't he? Like, really familiar. Anyways, Drew is accompanied by his trusty dragon, Thuban? Or as he likes to call him.
You up, big guy?
And from there, all we have is this trailer to kind of guess what we're fighting against and the setting of this world. The first enemies we come across are these soldiers, all dressed in the same type of fancy military-esque armor, reminiscent of the Imperial armor in Final Fantasy 15. So with that, along with how organized they are, we can assume that these guys are the military force of a government or royal regime who are invading this land for control, or maybe they're looking for something in particular. I say invading because at the beginning a soldier says to another soldier,
"It's almost time to rejoin the main unit."
It's almost time to rejoin the main unit, meaning they are spread across these lands, and this, based on the small structures, is just one of their probably many camps you'll find on your adventures. I also get the feeling that they don't really like us, and that they've dealt with people like us, as one of the soldiers shout.
What is that thing? We're under attack! Men, prepare to engage! Beast tamer! I've never seen a creature like that before! Don't panic! Team, unite up!
Though their confusion when they see Thuban saying things like, "What is that thing?" and "I've never seen a creature like that before," suggests that dragons are super rare and are unlike any beast or monster they've encountered. The fact that they attack on sight with seemingly no hesitation tells me that beast tamers, like ourselves, are looked at like criminals or a danger to whatever kingdom or government they serve. These aren't the only enemies you'll face, however. It seems like everything's out to get you as a giant bug creature comes crashing down from a nearby cliff. To me, it kinda looks like an Acrid from Lost Planet. You guys remember that game? There's not much I can extrapolate here, as the creature just roars and stuff, but if my ears are hearing correctly, Drew calls this creature a Rantis?
Mantis!
And from the comment that Drew makes about it hearing Thuban stomping about, suggests to me that the creatures around here are territorial, or at least the big ones like this one are. We can probably expect random encounters with these big critters from time to time, either after a battle with normal-sized enemies or just exploring the world.
Now on to the gameplay and mechanics.
If you're familiar with Platinum Games, you'll know that a lot of their titles tend to be more action hack-and-slash oriented. Scalebound, however, scales it back.
Thank you. I wrote that myself.
Instead, focusing on a more comparatively slower-paced combat system that's akin to the more modern Final Fantasies like 15 and 7 Remake. Usually that means the game wants you to be more strategic with your combat rather than stylish with your combos. Drew isn't limited to just swordplay. He also has a bow for long-range combat and tools he can use like this stun mine that he blows up with the bow. And I'm sure there will be, or I guess would be, other tools at your disposal that'll have varying effects. Thuban will also join you in combat, but will be AI controlled, though you'll have the ability to issue commands to destroy enemy structures and attack larger enemies. Since this is just a demo, I don't think we're seeing the full capabilities of Thuban in combat. I wouldn't be surprised if you could briefly hop on their back, or if there were some kind of synergy moves you could pull off together. Speaking of synergy, Drew has access to his own Devil Trigger, which encases him in this sick dragon armor that I assume gives him buffs as well as access to some extra moves, like this grapple hook thing. That power draws from this bar, which from the looks of it seems to be an obedience bar or something like that, purely based on it going down whenever Drew issues a command and when Thuban sustains big damage. And that's as deep as I'm gonna go before we go down a rabbit hole of speculation. But here are some little side things that I noticed. There are skill points rewarded during combat that can probably be used for, you guessed it, skills. Now whether it's primarily for Drew and not Thuban, or if it's used for both, that's not clear. I only have a suspicion about that because the other thing I noticed were the the red crystals. You get those by defeating this bug creature, and it only seems to be dropped by it. That makes me wonder if the red crystals are specific for purchasing things for your dragon, or maybe it's being used for the dragon's own skill tree, or maybe it's just for crafting. The fun doesn't end there. There's one more thing that'll surely spice up gameplay, and that's...
Holy shit. Like a fair fight, just one of you against all of us. Let's go, big guy!
Multiplayer. From the looks of it, everyone is going to be playing as their own version of Drew, which is kind of a letdown. However, it seems like to make up for this, there will be customization options for your dragon, as no dragon in these clips look alike. I've noticed that the area you're fighting in seems to be more enclosed versus the more open worldness of the single player, and that the enemy itself is rather huge compared to the enemy we faced in the open world, which could mean that multiplayer is either an entirely different mode where you lobby up to do one giant monster hunt, or multiplayer is only available at key points in the story, though I'm leaning towards the first idea.
Scalebound was set to release in 2017 on Windows and Xbox One, but was ultimately cancelled within the same year. It's been about 7 years since then, and Microsoft still holds the IP for Scalebound. In a 2019 interview with Atsushi Inaba, the head of Platinum Games, he stated that he would be very interested in revisiting this title. But as it stands, Microsoft owns 100% of this IP and they can't do anything without Microsoft's okay. But we all know how Microsoft likes to treat their more unique IPs. Hi-Fi Rush. If Scalebound was released at the time, 2017, I think that it would be a pretty alright exclusive, with a very niche fan base. If it was revisited now with all the new tech and the experience that Platinum Games have built up until now, I think that it'd definitely be a head turner, especially for me. I mean, I am talking about the game right now, so... And maybe, since you're watching this, it'd be a head turner for you as well. But like always, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to read all of your inputs and opinions. And if you like this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing, because that shows me you like whatever this is. I've been Nox, and I will catch you the next video or stream, whatever I decide doing. Bye-bye.